अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच जायसी चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव।
Said Arjuna, O Janardana, if you consider that intelligence is better than actions, then why are you asking me to perform this ghastly action?
व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्।
My mind is confused with your contradictory statements. Please tell me clearly the one path by following which I may gain the real benefit.
श्री भगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन सांख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्।
Said the Supreme Lord, O sinless one, I declared two kinds of worship in the world before. One is the path of knowledge pursued by the Sankhyas, and the other, the path of action, meant for the men of action.
न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति।
One cannot achieve freedom from action by merely abstaining from actions, nor can one attain samadhi by simply renouncing all actions.
नहि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते हवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः।
Surely, none can remain inactive even for a moment. All those who are born here with the qualities of nature are forced to act helplessly according to their nature.
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारस्य उच्यते।
Anyone who tries to control the five senses superficially, recollecting at the same time in his mind the sense objects, is nothing but a deluded soul and a worshipper of falsehood.
यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तस्य विशिष्यते।
But O Arjuna, he is better who, regulating his senses by his mind, unattached, begins karma yoga with his organs of action.
नियतं कुरु कर्मत्वं कर्मज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्धेद कर्मणः।
Therefore, do your prescribed work, for doing some work is better than doing no work at all. Without work, it is not possible to even maintain the physical body.
यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर।
Works in this world can cause bondage unless done with a sense of sacrifice. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your actions for the sake of sacrifice only, free from attachment.
सह यज्ञाः प्रजाः सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम् एष वोस्त्विष्टकामधुक्।
In the the beginning, at the time of creation, Brahma created people along with sacrifice and declared that by performing sacrifices, they would become more prosperous, and also that sacrifice would be their wish-fulfilling Kamdhenu.
Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantah shreyah paramavapsyatha.
Therefore, please the gods through sacrifice, and they in turn will please you by granting you boons. Thus, appeasing each other mutually, you will be able to achieve supreme welfare for all.
Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha tairdattana pradayebhyo yo bhungte stena eva sah.
The gods will reward you with the luxuries of life, pleased with your performance of sacrifices. But he certainly is a thief who accepts such gifts from God without offering them sacrifices.
Yajnashishtashinas santo muchyante sarva kilbishaihi bhunjate te tvagham papa ye pachantyatma karanat.
The saintly persons get relief from all kinds of sins by partaking the food that has been first offered to gods as sacrifice. But those who prepare food for their selfish ends eat but only sins.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavah yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavah. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam.
All beings come into existence from food. Food comes from rains. Rains originate from the performance of sacrifices. And sacrifice is born out of doing prescribed duties. Know that prescribed action has its origin in the Vedas, and the Vedas proceed from the indestructible God. Hence, the all-pervading infinite is always present in sacrifice.
Evam pravartitan chakram nanuvartayati hayah aghayurindriyaramo mogham partha sajivati.
O Partha, he who does not follow the wheel of sacrifice in this life lives a sinful life, engaging himself uselessly in sense gratification.
Yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavah atmanyeva cha santushtas tasya karyam na vidyate.
But he who takes delight in the self, satisfied with the self, and is innerly happy and contented, for him there is no duty.
Naiva tasya krutenartho na kruteneha kaschana na chasya sarva bhuteshu kaschidartho vyapashrayah.
Neither in the performance of duty, nor in the non-performance of duty, he has any interest, nor does he have any need to depend upon anyone for anything.
Tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushah.
Therefore, always perform your duties without any interest. By performing his duties without attachment, a man certainly attains the supreme.
Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadayah lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi.
It was through detached actions only. Kings like Janaka and others were able to achieve spiritual perfection in their lives. Therefore, for the welfare of the world, you should also perform your duty.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठस् तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Whatever the best person does, that alone the common men follow, and whatever example he sets, all the world adopts.
न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्त एव च कर्मणि.
O Partha, there is nothing in the three worlds that I have to do. There is nothing here that I want or yet to gain. Still, I am doing my work.
यदि न वर्तेयं जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः.
If I do not engage myself in performing actions with great care, O Partha, certainly people would follow me in all respects and would not do any work.
उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोका न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहं शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः.
The worlds would perish if I do not perform my actions. I would become responsible for the creation of such great confusion of castes and thereby destruction of all the people.
सक्तः कर्मण्य विद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्तश्चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्.
Just as the ignorant ones perform their actions with attachment, O Bharata, the wise must perform their actions without attachment in the interest of the general welfare of the world.
न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन्.
The wise man should not cause mental conflict among the ignorant who perform their actions with attachment. He should rather encourage them to do their works by performing actions himself, dispassionately, without any attachment.
प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
All types of actions are actually performed by their gunas, the triple qualities of nature. But the egoistic deluded soul believes that I am the doer.
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते.
But, O mighty armed, the man of knowledge, knowing well the truth about the division of the gunas and action, realizing that senses impelled by the gunas move amidst the gunas of the sense objects, is never attached to actions.
प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत्.
Deluded by the gunas, the ignorant indulge in actions that are driven by the gunas. But the wise, who know the truth, should not disturb them who are lazy to know and whose knowledge is incomplete.
मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः.
Surrendering all your actions to me, with your mind centered in your inner self, free from expectations and attachment, without any feeling of ownership, freed from mental agitation, you should fight.
ये मे मतमिदं नित्यम् अनुत्तिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः.
Those men who follow my doctrines regularly with utmost faith and without envy are liberated from the bondages of actions.
ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तो नानुत्तिष्ठन्ति मे मतं सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान् चेतसः.
But those who, out of envy, do not follow my preaching, know them as completely ignorant of all knowledge. They are completely unconscious and ruined.
सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्य प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं ज्ञान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
Even a very knowledgeable person acts according to his own nature. All living beings follow their respective natures in performing actions. What then can restraint do in such circumstances?
इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत् तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ.
Attachment to and aversion from sense objects are located in the senses. No one should come under their influence, for they are certainly stumbling blocks on the path.
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावहः.
Better is one's own duty, though devoid of qualities, than others' duty perfectly situated. To die while performing one's duty is better. To follow others' duty is inviting the great fear of bondage.
अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः.
Said Arjuna, but induced by what, O Krishna? A man commits sin even unintentionally, as if he is under some compelling force.
श्री भगवानुवाच काम एष क्रोध एष रजोगुण समुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्धेनमिह वैरिणम्.
Lord Supreme said, know that it is desire only, O Arjuna, arising from the quality of rajas, that becomes eventually anger, the all-devouring, deeply sinful, and the most intense of all the enemies in the world.
धूमेनाव्रियते वह्निर् यथा दर्शो मलेन च यथोल्बेनावृतो गर्भस्तथा तेनेदमावृतम्.
As fire is enveloped by smoke, mirror by dust, as embryo is surrounded from all sides by the womb, so does all this is covered by lust.
आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणानलेन च.
All consciousness is enveloped by this eternal enemy of the wise, the inexhaustible fire in the form of lust, O son of Kunti.
इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिर् अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येष ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम्.
The senses, the mind and the intelligence are said to be established seats of action. With the help of these, it covers all the knowledge of the embodied and deludes him.
तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजह्यनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्.
Therefore, O best of Bharatas, control the senses from the very beginning and slay this great personification of sin, destroyer of knowledge and intelligence.
इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुर् इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिर् यो बुद्धेः परतस्तु सः.
The senses are said to be superior. Superior to the senses is the mind. Superior to the mind is intelligence. And superior to the intelligence is he, the self.
एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासनम्.
Thus, knowing him who is beyond intelligence and establishing the self in the self, O mighty armed, conquer this formidable enemy who is in the form of lust.
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः.